one of them will try to keep their hopes alive heading into their last series of this group. Let's see which one of these two Thai teams is the best today. Starting out on Train Beyond, it is their pick. They're going to be on the T side. And a quick smoke there over towards Inners is going to sell a little bit of a fake, maybe cause a bit of a rotation, but it's a push through Ivy here.
Oh my word, that's just been shut down from the outset. Lucid Dream are not interested in what Beyond is selling. Finally, Myros decides to shove something through the letterbox hole, but either way, Lucid Dream start off the round well, and it's starting to be pulled back here by Olivia. 2 kills with a P250. Myros has done well over at Ivy, and it just remains for Jinx, who we spoke to yesterday from Lucid Dream, but he can't hold on to it too well at all. 1-0 Beyond, despite losing the first couple of players in that round, are actually able to pick up the pistol and go into this second with a significant advantage.
Yeah, I mean, starting out nicely on the T side, that's really going to slow down Lucid Dream's economy. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen Lucid Dream on Train, maybe going back to one of those older, fully Thai rosters with, I believe it was like Wannafly was on that roster.
PP Overdose?
I don't think PP Overdose is on that one.
Wait, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about an old Lucid Dream roster.
Yeah, I think PP Overdose was on that.
I don't think that, Jordan.
Whatever, doesn't really matter.
It's a force buy for Lucid. That's what matters. Is it? It's actually the 2 Korean blokes towards Inner. So there you go. Bit of nationality separation across the map here, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was sort of talking about a little bit yesterday, where we were looking at that on Nuke, but it kind of makes sense to have the 2 guys from Korea on one side and the 3 Thai guys on the other side, just for communication's sake. Either way, the rotation does start to come across a little bit here from Lucid, and they've got 3 on the bomb site. CBBK starts off nicely, and PTC also chimes in with a shot from the scout before STK is able to run over CBBK, and that will allow a bomb plant here for Beyond.
See if they can hold off Lucid Dream in this round. They've already taken substantial losses, Jordan.
How did that miss? And how did that second shot hit? Jinx is going crazy right now.
STK, he looks scary with the Mach 10 somehow.
Yeah, he really does. Jinx low on HP, no armor at all either. That could be a clean and easy kill for STK, but absolutely no chance at all. Jinx will shut that one down, has another chance here onto Myrolls with an AK. Deagle in hand, and that is surely the round now for Lucid Dream. Can you believe it? Really going backwards and forwards already between Beyond and Lucid, and I'd say...
Okay.
Oh, did they just get there in time,
yeah,
I think?
They got it. But it was definitely getting there. He was definitely bumbling around a little bit. But look at him.
Don't let it happen.
Look how relaxed he is with that mustache.
Oh, that's PTC.
He looks a little less relaxed. Got the Harry Potter glasses on there.
Yep. Interesting jersey for Lucid Dream. Orange or red.
We'll get there. Just keep working down the shades.
Well, from the angle that I'm looking at on the screen, the colours get a little bit distorted, so I do apologise if anyone is offended by me calling the red jersey orange.
Yeah. Look, if that's the kind of thing that bothers you, probably just turn the stream
off. And in fairness, can I just say, it does kind of look orange in Lakia's picture there. So I don't know if we can get like a poll up or something like that. Can you just vote and say orange or red, and we'll put this argument to bed.
Well, John Olsen, he's going to put Beyond to bed. Never mind, actually. Bit of a messy spray.
Jinx at least is able to dispatch of Myrolls relatively comfortably. QQ's also been spotted out. One of your favourite players on that roster. Your boy QQ.
You could say that about literally every player in the server.
That's true. Olivia's gone and grabbed himself an AK, but I'm not sure how useful that's going to be with only 21 HP to his name, and now no teammates either. Spray down onto PTC does just go a little bit awry, and Lucid Dream will end up being 2-1.
4 players surviving. Great for the economy. And it begins. The tech pauses. The first of what I assume to be many in this Asia group. We were blessed yesterday with how few we encountered. And now it begins, Jordan. They were slow rolling us.
Yeah, yesterday was a very quick day. Lots of 2-0s across the board. We've already had now a 3-mapper.
We finished at 10 PM.
Yeah, true. I'm just going to go ahead and point out that while we're in the break here, there seems to be a bit of an argument in the Twitch chat as to whether or not it was indeed red or orange. So I'm not the only one. It's kind of like the Laurel Yanni thing, or the, what is it, white or blue dress. Now
Yeah,
it's
gold, blue or gold.
blue or gold, whatever. The Lucid Dream jersey is also causing some problems.
Hmm.
It's all about your perception. Someone said blood orange, and I reckon that's pretty on point.
It's probably an art student.
What do you reckon about this matchup, Lucid Dream and Beyond? I mean, obviously the top two teams within Thailand, but we've talked about the Thai region a lot in the past, and it really does seem like right now there are more than just two teams within the Thai region that can be competitive.
Honestly, going back and looking at a few of Zigma's games, I don't even know if there is a clear number one. Like, even Zigma looks pretty alright at the moment. I was actually quite impressed watching some of their gameplay in some of their games recently. Beyond's the team at the moment that's kind of disappointing me. Zigma's the team that's kind of impressing me. Lucid Dream's the team that I'm kind of surprised by.
Well, having a bit of a chat there with my boys in production, and they tell me that there is a bit of a ping issue here for Lucid Dream. That's why we've got a pause. So in the meanwhile, we'll touch on something that we didn't get to during that pre-show, and it'll be the map stats here for Train. Touching on Train just in general, it seems like a map that both Beyond and Lucid don't mind playing. Lucid have played it a few times recently. They've got a pretty good win rate on it. The same for Beyond, although probably not quite as substantial as what Lucid Dream does. Their wins have come a lot more towards the back end, right? They've had a lot more wins recently than what they did earlier on towards the start of the year. So they are starting to come good a little bit on this map as well, Beyond. And I'd say that's the reason why they've picked this one.
And as we've said before, these two teams should be very familiar with each other. CBBK seems to have had Beyond's number in the past. Seems to be quite good at in-game leading teams to victories over this squad. So let's see if that trend's going to continue.
Seems like we're relatively ready to get underway. Shortly, not yet. But don't get your hopes up. Maybe if you spam the chat a little bit more, the game will start faster. That's probably what I reckon could happen here, Pilly.
I'm ready if you're ready, Jordan.
I'm ready.
Who are we waiting for exactly?
I'm just waiting for you to press the button.
I can't find it.
Oh, no. The game start button's gone missing in the studio, guys. What are we going to do?
Ah, production's
No, that's the wrong button. That's the replay button.
Bloody
I don't know what to do. We might be stuck here forever. It's a disaster. Well, there's 5 players there for Beyond. And, that's 4 players for Lucid. So that's a little unfortunate.
Honestly, Jordan, just as I got used to not experiencing any more train delays, having not set foot on public transport in a while with the current health crisis, we come here
and we've got another train
again.
delay. Bloody hell.
Bloody City Rail. I'm over it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, well, look, I guess to shed some light on this matchup and how we're sort of expecting this to pan out, Lucid Dream did win the Asia Minor qualifier for the Southeast Asia region. Now, what you do have to remember is here in Road to Rio, all of the regions are pushed together, whereas in the minor qualifiers, you know, Lucid Dream is a little bit isolated from the likes of the Chinese rosters, which are, you know, obviously Vici and Tyloo being the top teams in the region. So I think for Lucid Dream, you know, they're probably pretty comfortable against the rest of the competition. But yesterday we saw them go up against Vici, and they kind of got trounced.
Yep. And I'm not surprised with the form that Vici's coming into. But I think Jinx put it best in his interview, Jordan. As long as we just focus on how we're playing, and as long as we just focus on the fact that we can beat all the other teams in this group, and don't get too upset that we lost to Vici, we should just be able to continue forward and still get second in this group. And
Indeed.
I'd say I agree with him.
You hear that, Pilly? I think I found the starting button. I think I found the start button.
button sounds weird, Jordan.
Yeah, no, I had to pick it up off the floor, but I'm going to go ahead and press it here, and we should get back into the game in just a second. So you guys can go ahead and thank me later for that one. Not too long of a pause. Lucid Dream and Beyond kicking off again now into round number 4. Lucid did win a couple of rounds following the pistol that Beyond picked up. And so far, looking pretty good on that CT side is Lucid Dream. But Beyond will be coming back in with a pretty okay buy of their own.
Back into the action. Well done, Jordan.
Yep. They call me the People's Champion for a reason.
Yep. Go follow him at Elfishgar on Twitter.
That's right.
Pressure from Olivia out of TCOM. Doesn't manage to pick CBBK on the cross there. Meanwhile, my rolls over towards inner, gathering some info, denying some info. You take some, you get some.
You win some and you lose some, and if you're Lucid, you win quite a few, and if you're Beyond, you lose quite a few, at least in this domestic matchup. But that could well change today, and the stakes haven't really ever been higher between these two teams. If we look at the context of the matches that they tend to play, they're always sort of domestic competitions in Thailand, but very rarely do they lead to international qualifiers, which is what this could well be leading to. STK gets the first entry, and then QQ follows suit as they walk their way into the A bomb site. Beyond looking good here, but they'll have to deal with PTC, and they do so effectively. QQ trading down there as Jinx will also fall, and that's the round done and dusted, and it looked really easy for Beyond.
Yeah, great timing onto John Olsen there from STK. And I'd say that as soon as that Ivy player fell, they were able to stream out Ivy, SL, T-Con, and basically just pincer the A-bomb site from multiple angles. And as soon as that was an option, there really wasn't much left in the tank for Lucid Dream. Unfortunately, we are back into a pause. Olivia is my ex-girlfriend's name. I don't know how to feel about that. Actually, I had that issue as well. I played against someone who was aliasing as my ex-girlfriend's name.
Really?
Yep, we 16-4'd him. Easy.
Did that feel good? Did you feel like an alpha male?
Not really.
Oh.
Like, we went over this yesterday. It was the whole thing. You asked me if I was a cuck.
Okay.
We're getting back into the same topic again.
Jeez, I don't know if you want to keep bringing that up on the broadcast.
Oh, man. Look, honestly, guys, if you're complaining about the pause, I don't know what to tell you. Not enough people followed Elfish Guy on Twitter, so
That's
unfortunately...
right. I got angry and I paused the server.
We're holding you all ransom here.
50 followers and I'll start the game. Anyway, having a look at the stats here, PTC and STK leading from the front for both of their rosters. Myrol's also chiming in pretty nicely there for Beyond, but there's nothing to really write home about just yet. You love the Asian region, don't you, Pilly? I mean, this is the true Asian CS experience. If you're an international viewer and you haven't really watched much Asian Counter-Strike, get used to the match pauses because you do tend to see quite a few here in this region. And by the way, the later it gets, the longer the pauses go. So right now it's 5 p.m. here in Sydney where we're casting from. But once we get to about 10 p.m., we might end up being around 15-minute pauses, and that's where things get really tilting.
Yeah. There we go. Done pause. Thanks for the follows, guys. Great job.
Yeah, good job. Well done. We hit that 50 follower count pretty quickly indeed. Okay.
There's this one streamer who I love, and every time someone follows him, he just moves the sub goal up one, or like the sub every time someone subs to him. That's what you should be doing, Jordan.
That's a good strat.
Thanks for the 50 followers, guys. Now we're just one away from our goal. 51 followers needed.
Good strats, good strats. Good way to farm the clout. Anyway, here we go into round number 5, and obviously the teams have had a bit of time to chat about what they want to be doing here. Lucid will just come in with some deagles, so not a whole lot of money on that CT side. STK will be looking for the entries. He'll get shut down pretty quickly by CBBK, who has been pretty solid with the deagle so far today.
He is Beyond's kryptonite, time and time again. And there's PTC. After losing STK there, pretty straightforward anti-eco ensuing for Beyond, as long as they don't cop a deagle headshot from one of these lads on Lucid Dream. QQ is literally flying through the air.
Well, that's a deagle headshot, and he is indeed flying through the air, as John Olsen might have sent Beyond into a bit of a spin, but he is eventually stopped on that murderous rampage that he had with the deagle.
Johnny Boy is Mac's favourite player outside of Oceania.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because of the name, or?
Yeah. Look, that's not one of my favourite memories,
I mean,
to be
I was gonna
honest.
say, like, if
He
you're
did
gonna
just
choose,
scream John Olsen for an hour
yeah,
or
if you're
more.
gonna choose someone to scream the name of, surely you're choosing Puppy Chulo or Rip Pablo Escobar. That's all I'm gonna say. Look those up, by the way, if you're not from Asia and you don't know what I'm talking about. Those are legitimate player names here in SEA. One from Japan, one from the Philippines. Probably the best names. Although I will say the Thai players have pretty good names as a general rule as well. I'm a big fan of Rolex,
Cigarettes.
Genius. Just
Or just letters.
original.
You know, if you can't think of anything, just roll your face up across your keyboard.
I mean, do we really need to talk about KNTZ and what that name could be alluding to?
We do, Jordan. Please tell us.
Well, if I tell you what, if you go and look up the Geographically Challenged podcast, there's a man called Blair that often appears on that, and he'll tell you.
MC is asking. He said we've forgotten 789.
Oh yeah, 789's a good one, but he doesn't really play that much anymore.
Yeah, because it got cut for QQ, I think.
QQ not doing a great job of it there. MyRolls at least is able to trade back on down as Jinx falls, and so does the rest of the defense here from Lucid Dream. PTC hits a nice shot, and maybe another one here as well. Showing his experience before Olivia brings it back to a 1-on-1. And Olivia, also a very well-known player here within the Thai region. I think he just snuck around that box. I'm not sure if Lakia saw him. Surely not. Otherwise, he wouldn't be checking this angle anymore.
I think Lakia's heard him moving away towards Inner. Going to continue walking towards SL, which is probably the last place that Olivia expects him to be coming from. Bomb goes down. And Olivia making his moves towards Oil Train.
Yeah, still not looking back towards the ramp. But he's getting pretty deep in the site now as well and moving further and further away from the default spot. Oh, Lakia just executes him.
2-tap. Easy as you like. There's a third for Lucid. However, it's not really the third that they were looking for, Jordan, as they've lost their entire team. And you can see 3 to 4K in the bank across their team is not going to be a good enough amount of money to put together a good buy here. Whereas Beyond, off the back of that bomb plant, have plenty of cash to go for a great buy. PTC, this is what you want to be seeing from the man. He is one of the most entertaining AWPers in Asia to watch, and there is a hell of a lot of them when he's on. Unfortunately, the problem with him is he's notoriously inconsistent.
Well, I think that's a problem that is largely across the board when it comes to Asian AWPers. I can really only think of maybe one that I'd say, okay, is almost always on point, and that would be Kaze. You know, even you look back at Excurate, his peak's very, very high, but no consistency there anymore. The same for Splashski, obviously PTC within that discussion. Zeta, exactly another example of that, although he is generally pretty solid on the rifle as well. It's quite a crazy region when it comes to the AWPers, and generally the peaks are very, very high, but
yeah,
the troughs
talked about Olivia yet
also
either.
there.
There's another name.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of good AWPers within Asia when they're on, that being the important point. 3-piece here, though, for Beyond and Lucid, and I think Beyond at the moment are giving us a good reason as to why they picked Train. They're giving Lucid a bit of a headache right now.
Lucid completely out of utility. Not that they had anything. Oh, no. Fortunately, MyRolls. He has given Jinx an AK there. Rest of Beyond going to start charging out a T-Con.
KNTC does a good job of that before being shut down by John Olsen, who's holding and challenging STK.
Oh, that was straight through the smoke.
Pretty good trades here from Lucid Dream.
Very nicely done. That was a pretty solid shutdown of what was essentially a round where they had much weaker buy than Beyond did. And they've survived with 3 players, which puts Lucid Dream straight back in the driver's seat because they've reset the T-side economy, and that's going to give them a little breathing room if they're able to close out this anti-eco pretty one-sidedly.
Yeah, you always love to see a bit of a back and forth at the start of the map. It keeps things pretty interesting. But now I'd like to see some normalcy return to this matchup. Lucid Dream, CT side, build a bit of that economy up and start to get on a bit of a run here because they are generally considered the better team in this matchup. But right now, they're not showing it to a great degree. It'll be pretty standard sort of a setup here for Beyond, stacking a few players in the same position, waiting to see if there's any push from Lucid Dream, which is very unlikely to happen in a round like this.
It's just a team huddle in the showers.
It's good for building camaraderie.
Good for morale. After a long broadcast, we actually often do that here at ESL Australia.
That's, yep, absolutely right. There is actually a shout here, did you know that?
Used to me.
There you go. Guess you haven't been getting in on the good fun.
Maybe you can show me after the game, Jordan.
I'm going to stop that right now. PTC is also stopping a substantial push here. 3 really solid shots out from his AWP, and Lakia, a nice spray down. Connects that second one onto the head of Myrolls, and you couldn't really ask for an easier round for Lucid Dream. That said, they do allow the bomb plant to go down, so it's not without its gain for Beyond.
Yep, that's going to give him a couple extra pieces of utility. Olivia's been allowed just enough cash to go for the AWP with no head armor. At least he doesn't have to glass cannon it. SDK having quite a nice match here on the rifle. I sort of, you know, when I watch Beyond, I often take KNTZ and SDK for granted, you know? But both of them often do have some games where they start popping off. This is one of them for SDK, looking very, very sharp with that AK.
It's also one of them for PTC, and I can tell you who I'd rather have on my team when they're popping off. It's TT-sided, though, for Train, so it's not a huge surprise to see PTC having a pretty good impact here with that AWP. Has just backed away into the B bomb site and given Lakia the ability to free roam, who gets team flashed. It was a great flash onto Myrolls, but Lakia just went half a second too early.
He did take a tick from that molly as well, so I'm not sure if Myrolls has heard that, but he does seem like he's pretty aware that there could be a CT up close to him. Lakia, though, does back off. Wide peek from John Olsen, punished by the man who is on fire right now for Beyond.
PTC is one of the sole defenders of at least this side of the A side, as he does take a bit of a look back towards the old bomb. The rest are going aggressively into T-Con, CBBK, and Jinx trying to get some work done there, but it's PTC again that doubles down with the AWP. Olivia is waiting to see whether or not PTC is going to peek, and got the timing wrong there, did Olivia, but he's lucky to survive because PTC did end up missing that shot.
Won't miss again, though. Now a 2v4. What was, I think, a 5-on-4. The repeat from PTC, punished by QQ. That's going to be the round. CBBK and PTC combining for a team wipe on Beyond. And now Beyond will have to take another save. And Lucid Dream, I think it's pretty safe to say here, Jordan, are in complete control.
Tactical pause. Beyond were off on a bit of a tear at the start of this map. But that seems to have slipped away quite substantially. Actually fairly reminiscent of Chiefs and Order. Chiefs got off to a good start, though admittedly they were on the CT side. Three to 6 Beyond their money. Not looking good in this round. Lucid Dream starting to build it up on the CT side. You can see the pieces of the puzzle falling into place here for Lucid Dream right now. Took a little while to get rolling, but now that they have got a bit warmed up into this game, Beyond are finding it a bit more of a struggle than they might have anticipated after those first few rounds.
PTC is popping off on the CT side of Train, which is exactly what you'd want from your AWP player. Now pressure on John Olsen, who's lost a couple of duels over here towards Ivy. Going to have a lot of players heading in his direction, and Olivia.
How are you going to win that duel? I don't know. Olivia has just clotheslined him.
Easy as you like. Now Beyond wrapping through to Dark Side. PTC is watching that with the AWP, but misses the opportunity. Won't miss the second.
And someone already posted up into CT spawn as well. It's Lakia, who really hasn't had too much to do so far on this map. PTC's been doing the lion's share of the duty. Bit of a messy spray to start things off, but he does recalibrate onto Myrolls, and no harm done there. Jinx continues to keep an eye on the smoke at Ivy.
Ooh,
QQ gets spammed through the smoke.
He definitely could have combined one more bullet there onto Jinx and secured that frag. 7-3 for Lucid. Beyond now going to put together another buy and did a little bit of economic damage in that last round.
That's a nice shot from Olivia.
Well, they're going to need a little bit more of that. Previously, a player that you would look to hard carry Beyond. I think since those days, they've become a much more well-rounded team than they used to be.
Indeed. You want to hear an interesting fact before we get into this next round?
You know I love my facts, Jordan.
Tiger won 16-7 against Vici on Mirage.
Oh, I love to hear that.
That is a spicy fact indeed. But it is Mirage, so all things considered, not Vici's map choice ideally. And a 2-for-1 goes the way of Lucid Dream over towards Ivy, which is also not Beyond's choice if they would have really had the choice. Unfortunately, Lucid Dream are really dictating how this game is playing out. Myrols creeps forward, sees if he can spot out Lakia, who now knows there's a challenge, but very well done by Myrols, just shoulder peeking around the corner.
Great movement.
Jinx is on the off angle though, and Olivia certainly was not expecting that at all. PTC is here on the B-bomb site as well to help on out, but maybe Jinx can do it all himself. Continues to take that peek onto QQ, who knows he's in a bit of trouble here. PTC is spotted on top of the train, but Jinx gets a 3K, finishes the round off for Lucid Dream.
8-3. This is starting to slip away from Beyond. They definitely need a couple of these last couple of rounds in the half. Cannot afford to go down 12-3. He's also very good at interviews. Maybe we'll get another one with him if Lucid Dream wins this series.
Yeah, maybe. They did list a few players, though. They listed Jinx, PTC, and CBBK as potentially being able to do an interview. So I wonder if we'll hear from any of the others. Initially, we thought it would be CBBK yesterday, but they opted to go for Jinx in the end. Lakia gets a freebie, really, onto Myrols there. Be interesting to hear from CBBK, or also actually PTC, who has quite a bit of experience, not only within Thailand, but even playing on the likes of 5Power, which was a predominantly Chinese roster.
Chinese and Mongolian.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, can you write down a few questions? I've got some for PTC, actually. Resolution, crosshair, chair height. What did he have for breakfast?
What skin does he use on the AWP?
Oh, we can answer that one right now.
Does he speak Korean?
He speaks kill. And he speaks it fluently, Jordan.
Do you know what I know a bit of Korean. Do you know what do you want to die is in Korean?
I don't feel like this is something I'd use in regular conversation.
I'm just saying,
is
for PTC...
Is that how you're going to open the next interview with Jinx?
Yeah.
Sorry, Jinx, did I say that right, mate?
For PTC's sake, maybe he's going to have to throw a few of those spicy words out there. Olivia does manage to grab a frag going into the B-bomb site, but a bit of a nothing round in the end for Beyond to largely just get cleaned up by Lucid. 9-3 now, and the scoreline is really ballooning out right now.
I'm having a bit of a Korean lunchbox right now, Jordan.
Yep.
It's probably just as good as the Korean players' performance on Lucid Dream so far. 14-6 for Jinx. You love to see it. Lakia, you know, let's be real, he hasn't really had to see that many people because PTC's clicking on most of them and Jinx is holding like a rock. You love to see it. As I said, it's starting to slip away from Beyond, and that's another bad start for them. PTC connecting with the leg of QQ.
Myrols and QQ just going to stick around here in the B halls. PTC not too eager to retake a position up there, so he's just fallen back into the bomb site. Backed up by Jinx. It's also by Lakia.
STK continuing his good work, though. Picks up CBBK in towards T-Con. It's going to be a man advantage for Beyond, who are very spread out around the map still, and are going to start to make a decision about what to go for. Currently still staying split, but moving back from Ivy now. What's the game plan for the boys? If they head to inner, PTC is very much ready and waiting for them. Looks like it's going to be an outer split with no pressure towards Ivy. QQ going to drop a smoke on lower ramp. Actually, that's quite interesting. The smoke on SL when Jinx pushes in. No way Myros should be ready for that, but manages to calibrate correctly onto the head, and that's a 2-man advantage for Beyond as they begin this Outers push.
Yeah, a couple of low HP players, though, on Beyond, and Lucid Dream don't have to defend for too long. The unfortunate situation is, though, that they've sent that extra rotator over. The bomb's been dropped. Olivia's down to Lakia. John Olsen has not been spotted, and just look at Beyond running around on the bomb site like ants. They're trying to find the bomb, and John Olsen has deleted all of them out of the server. QQ, he's got a couple of kills, but PTC, as long as he survives 1 second, which he does.
Oh, he killed QQ after
even
time.
kills QQ.
$900 in the bank.
That is the icing on the cake for Lucid Dream and the nail in the coffin for Beyond.
Where does that come from? John Olsen.
It's come from that dirty mustache.
Ooh.
Look, I've grown a few dirty mustaches in my time, so I feel as though
You are a dirty mustache connoisseur,
I'm
Jordan.
a bit of an expert when it comes to those, and that is a dirty mustache.
All I'm saying is, if you want to see more dirty mustaches, I'm going to be posting a few over the next few days
I'm
to
looking
announce
forward to
our Road to Rio stream. So follow me on Twitter, PilskyCast.
PilskyCast.
Self-plug.
Yeah, do it. You love to see a dirty mustache every now and then.
Oh, it's a bit of a shame that we can't get an interview with John Olsen.
I'm sure, I'm sure. Either way, maybe one day we'll meet him in real life. Yeah.
Well, we can. Actually, he had a different name, if you remember, Jordan. He was under the alias P-Ratch for quite a while.
That's right.
I think
that's his real name. I think it's his real name.
That was his name on the ESCA client.
No, but I think that's also his real name.
Okay. I believe you, Jordan. Relax, man.
I'm just telling you, I think it's his real name. Okay? Can you just listen to me for once?
I like PP Overdose's name better.
Yeah, me too. Big fan. Look it up on HLTV if you don't know it. Not going to say it on stream. Very rude word.
How could you name someone that?
Anyway, Lakia's got a secondary AWP here, and he's doing a pretty good job with it.
Yep. Collateral. 1 kill, almost kills STK. The most dangerous player for Beyond. Now they're sort of bumbling around in towards the inner halls. Okay, I guess we better go out upper ramp. Nothing else is really going for us. Let's just go run into Jinx. What could go wrong?
Jinx is ready and waiting for STK. We'll get that kill before Lakia has to trade him down. It was KNTZ that got that entry, but that's really been the only source of enjoyment for Beyond in this round. Wow, great shot from Lakia, and a really nice round for him. 3 kills with the AWP. 11-3 is the scoreline.
I think it's gone a little bit too far, Jordan. 11-3. This is a very one-sided half for Lucid Dream. Yes, there was a couple of rounds where it looked like it was going back and forth, but Lucid Dream has well and truly taken control of this game. And initially, it was mostly off the back of PTC, but some good rounds from Jinx. John Olsen, Lakia in that last round, all of the boys are getting involved. Is there a weak spot on Lucid Dream? That's a rhetorical question.
It's a rhetorical question because there isn't really an answer for it. It doesn't seem like there is at the moment. Jinx dispatches of QQ, who tries to get aggressive, tries to go quickly into SL, much to his own detriment. Everything going right for Lucid Dream right now.
That's it. Myrols only has a Galil to work with. He's been trying to plug away, trying to do his job. Can't say he's done too bad of an effort with it, but all things considered, Beyond have really not found anything in this half, and it's going bad to worse for them. See if they can split out of Ivy onto this outer bomb site.
Not with Lakia watching, surely. Well, he does miss the shot there as Olivia crosses, which gives KNTZ that second that he needs as well to get across. But you're not going to miss the second chance, and you really can't be giving that second chance over to Lakia either. Beyond starting to drop like flies. 1 by 1, we see them exit the server here in the final round of the half. Lakia has finished off with another triple kill with the AWP. What a great half from Lucid Dream, and they'll go into the second half up 12-3. Their T-side awaits on the other side of this.
Turn my heart into something gold. No, I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your way right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go.
Lucid Dream are living the dream after the first half of Train, going up 12-3 over Beyond. Jinx having a great performance, 16 and 10. Lakia toward the end as well. The two Korean boys really putting in the hard yards for Lucid Dream. It was not just them though. PTC also very, very solid performance for Lucid Dream. And quite honestly, across the board, they just looked like the better team in this matchup, which is really unfortunate to say because Beyond, they started so well in that first half. They got it back to 3-3. And ever since then, it's been all the way of Lucid Dream. And not to mention it being Beyond's map pick makes life just even more difficult for this Beyond roster.
Yeah, it's like, who's the best player on Lucid Dream? The answer is yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Myrol's at upper ramp at the moment, and that is just bad to worse. Insta-gushed, and he's just going to be rushed down by these blocking players. How have they not checked coils? That's unfortunate. KNTZ's come in and got a pick as well.
All around's not over here just yet for Lucid Dream. They've got a lot of damage onto QQ and Myrolls, and if Lakia and John Olsen can find a few clean shots here, they might still find a way to win the round. A flash goes through to try and get them back up. But they've been spotted on that exit, so I'm not sure how much this is actually going to help Lakia and John Olsen. Smoke does go down there at SL. Lakia's all the way going back to T-Spawn. He's saying, can we start this round again? If I just go back to T-Spawn?
I forgot to buy something. Hold on, boys.
Just respawn? I mean, he does have 450 in the bank. So he can afford, you know, a couple of flashes.
That was actually something you used to be able to do. I think the thing was you could go to, like, run a ramp on Mirage and then run quickly back to spawn.
Right.
Get a kill and then repurchase something. This might work for him if he finds the right timing, but not at all. SDK continuing the noble work, shutting down Lucid Dream where he can, and that's a nice shot. How is he alive exactly? He's got no armor.
Mustache
QQ's
protection.
I think it actually is.
It's gone through his mustache.
How does that not one beat him?
It's wallbanged him. It's wallbanged him through the mustache.
Ah, okay. I think he would have died from the fall there, to be honest, if QQ hadn't cleaned him up. But there you go. Let's be real, Beyond needed that. Otherwise, they were very quickly going out of this series. So CT Pistol, going to be a good start.
Yeah, but
and I have to say, look, maybe their CS game isn't very strong Beyond, but let's be real, their fringe game is on point.
Oh, yeah. It's Edgelord Supreme here. Who was that? I just missed it.
Myrolls.
Myrolls.
QQ's also got a great one as well.
I'm a big fan of, you know, I like to judge people in their hair.
I'm not talking about Lakia's hairstyle the other day.
Lakia's hairstyle, which is like he's building a scope.
I mean, isn't that the thing with CS? They don't shoot out of their guns, they shoot out of their head.
Yeah. Oh, KNTZ, look at that.
Oh, it's the other way around, sorry.
It's like a wave.
The POV's from their gun. Oh, Lucid Dream looking like Going to be rolling onto this outside bomb site with a bit of a force.
Yeah, no surprises there at all. T-side force buy here after losing the pistol. Generally fairly accepted within the Asian region.
QQ looking sharp today. 3K for the man.
It's the 2 Koreans left here, and now no Koreans left here in the server. Just Thai players for Beyond Esports to defuse the bomb with. 5 will be coming up. And look, not a bad round to keep 3 guns alive there. Don't expect to see too much from Lucid Dream coming through in the next. So a chance for Beyond to do what Lucid was able to do to them, and that is build a nice CT economy up.
Yep, and with that force buy in the bomb plant, Lucid Dream, they can afford to upgrade a couple pistols, try to continue the good work of inflicting the damage. And this is what I want to see from QQ. One of my favorite riflers of many to watch from the Thai region. This man is incredibly sharp when he gets himself rolling, and it's actually him playing against his old team here.
Storylines never stop when it comes to Thai CS.
I'm pretty sure all of these guys are playing against their old team, except for the Koreans.
I was going to say, there's almost always a chance that one player or another has played against, or is playing against their former team. Just given how much of a blender, really, the Thai CS scene seems like. Always trading players, but hey, maybe the Koreans have something to say about that, because Jinx and Lakia find entries with just the Deagles. Johnny Olsen, your boy, has got himself an M4. KNTZ took a little while to spot him, and that is going to be to the detriment of Olivia, who did go down as a result. It's CBBK and PTC to hold on to this one for Lucid Dream, but that timer is ticking ever so quickly, and Beyond need to get a wriggle on.
2 Molotovs could be used on upper and lower ramp. CBBK, he chose the right timing. Molly still goes in though. PTC going to stop STK getting out of the site, surely. No? Looking like he's going to be allowed to escape.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Lucid Dream will be happy to pick that round up, whether they get rid of STK or not.
Oh, that was a half buy. And the Koreans just roll in there with Deagles and take some heads off. And Beyond, that is a heartbreaker, because you could see it. They were starting to put together the pieces. They were starting to try to come back. The pistol round, the anti-force. All they had to do was just complete that anti-eco and start to get themselves rolling, get a gun round on the board. But Lucid Dream, they've come through in with a couple of Deagles straight out of Korea and broke their dreams. There you go, Jordan. He's doing it. He threw a flashbang right at the start of the round, ran back to spawn and bought an HE grenade.
That is a big brain play.
There you go. It's always the Koreans that are innovating. You love to see it.
I love to see the Koreans innovating some more Korean players into the CSGO scene.
Well, we already went through that yesterday, Jordan.
I'm so broken. Bring back the glory days.
I'm sure Zeta is loving watching this qualifier unfold from the bench of Tyloo.
I'm sure he's not. He's seething. Could have made a team. Zeta, Zion, Lakia, Jinx.
I mean, minus Zeta, that team was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Can't talk about that though, Jordan. There's one team that's in the server and they are kind of banging, and we got to give them credit for it. Jinx, holy
dooly.
That's something my mum would say.
Hitting QQ up with a bit of an Anyong Haseo. And Lakia tries to do much the same, but doesn't have quite as much success, just like me trying to pronounce Korean words. Hasn't gone well. Either way, for Lucid Dream, things are progressing nicely until Myrolls drops the bomb carrier, but it's not too big of a problem because Lucid Dream are just exerting so much pressure on this bomb site. They're up to 14-5.
Unbelievable, Jordan.
My pronunciation of Anyong Haseo?
Negative. They're actually going to take the save Beyond. Allow Lucid to get match point. This map pick of train has not gone well for them at all.
Back onto the USPs, and not a good feeling for Beyond, I am sure. They're going to fully stack the B bomb site though, and that is the direction in which Lucid Dream are headed. So there could be something here to touch on. John Olsen holding strong, waiting. All that utility is going to get thrown in here for Lucid Dream, and QQ tries to get aggressive through the smoke, or at least tries to hide in the smoke. Not going to work out too nicely. Beyond suffering the same fate as what we've seen them kind of befall in the last few rounds.
15-5. And that is the man who seems to beat this Beyond team every damn time. CBBK. He's done it again, children.
The absolute madman.
Just look at him. What do? You come up against this guy. You got no chance. Last chance here for Beyond. No AWP for Olivia. Just 5 rifles and a whole bunch of utility, and Lucid Dream is on the warpath, straight towards
Ooh.
Ivy.
Yeah, but look at Lucid Dream. They've gone straight into the A bomb site. They might have lost the control of long. CBBK, though, is wrapping around behind QQ. That's a free kill for him. Bomb plant should still go down here, and it doesn't look like Jinx wants to stop. Only because of that Molotov does he slow down. But as soon as it fades, I'm backing him to continue to peak here and might well take down Myrolls. He has been in fantastic form here on the T side. Gets himself another one. 21 and 12 for him. And CBBK continues the good work as well. Jinx and John Olsen down into the 2 versus 2. John Olsen peeks out from behind the E-box and will... There we go. Spray down that final kill for the 16th round of Lucid Dream, who pick up Beyond's map choice, and they go 1-0 up in this series. We'll have a match discussion after this and Overpass coming up, so don't go too far away. We'll be back pretty soon.